Amazon's documentation is like a massive, massive haystack. And when you're trying to find something specific, let's say you want to create an Amazon mission image and you want to know more about it. Trust me, it's like finding a needle in the haystack. In this lesson, we will learn about where and how that information is segregated and how you can gain more knowledge from this point. Let's learn about AWS white papers and its related documentation. So let's go ahead and get started. This web page that you see here is a collection of all the white papers, the technical documents, the architectural best practices, reference documentation, architectural diagrams that Amazon has collected all together. So this will be your one-stop shop, a reference point for all your needs. All of these white papers have been reviewed and approved by AWS independent analysts or the AWS community, could be customers or partners. So as you scroll down here on the left hand side, you will see filters where you can check and uncheck these values and get that specific information that you always wanted. You will notice that there's a lot of references to white papers. There is just too much of information here. And at this point, I would just say when you get an opportunity and when you get time, go ahead and click on one of these and spend some time reading the information about how you can define a well architected framework, how you can adopt the cloud into your organization. So that's how you'll get more insight into AWS and how AWS is hosting the services for you. This knowledge will also be helpful for you in order to successfully pass the exam. At this point, I will also refer to the documentation. So if you click on the documentation page, and then let's say I click on this specific service, let's say Amazon EC2, it will then tell me more about that particular service. So let's say you want to work on a Linux instance or a Windows instance. You can click on that specific tile here and then drill down into the specifics of that particular service. In this case, I've clicked on Amazon EC2. So let's say I want to understand how EC2 networking works. How do I assign an elastic IP to the EC2 instance? Well, there's so much of documentation here, but we just need to know how to reach there. So if you're trying to understand how to complete a certain task or a specific task in AWS, then AWS documentation can be really helpful for you. You will find the technical walkthroughs, technical explanation of every service and every feature inside it. So that's all for this lesson on AWS white papers and documentation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.